growing up in the Philippines.
So many good ones.
Keep tapping you all for Matt to dance. This is someone you dance, Matt.
Just give him a quick little thing to end the stream.
Savage love.
Give him a quick little.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. It's your dance moves.
I don't know.
Have it point towards them. Go.
What do you want me to do?
Can you throw it back?
What's that?
Throw it back.
What's that like?
Hey!
Yo, there you go.
That's all you guys get.
Wait. Oh yeah, and we talk about the wedding, like getting married and being single. We should talk about that.
And then the tariffs?
The tariffs too, right? What the heck? Hold on. The last potential I got is your experience as a streamer. Yeah.
Perfect.
That's part of our list actually. So yeah. I hope you. Yeah, dude, Metalhead, good to see you, bro. I finished the game. Little hope tonight. I don't know if you're gonna be there. I was like every moment of last night's stream. I was like, what time is it in Greece? I was waiting for you, but we finished it. Only Aaron died, so that was a W, bro. How? Oh yeah, marrying sisters. Marrying sisters and how we met. Right?
Boom.
Alright, y'all. That was my first IRL stream. That was actually a blast, bro.
Powered by Matt. Let's go.
Shout out to Matt. Shout out to Mickey.
Love y'all.
Pod time. You guys are awesome. I always appreciate you guys, really.
Give him a kiss, CJ.
Yo, really, no. Grateful for you guys. I'm out. See you guys tonight. Yo, bye. Wait, how do you turn this off? Oh, there you go. Follow, like, subscribe. Oh my gosh.
Are we ready?
61 diamonds. I can't believe you made me do that, bro.
Dude,
That's the first one. That's crazy.
Are you happy that you did it?
Yeah, I think so. It's pretty cool.
Good. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Above Average podcast. We just actually wrapped up on a live stream. Proud of you, Earl. His first IRL. Come on now.
That was crazy.
Gang, if you're following from the chat, here's the pod. We're about to hop into it.
Yeah,
but
thanks
if
for
you guys weren't
tuning
watching,
in. That was nerve-wracking at the same time. I don't know why it's different though.
I mean,
dude,
it's just you just haven't done it, so it's just different.
oh yeah, it's just like weird. I stream every day.
Yeah,
I
like
know.
you've never twerked like that, so that was like
that was crazy.
amazing, dude.
I know.
Dude, my cheeks are so red, bro.
They are,
Your
dude.
cheeks are so red.
My pazuzus.
What's all that?
If you guys know what that is, that's an inside joke in my chat.
What's all that movement back there?
I know.
But yeah, hell yeah, bro. We did a little stream, now we're doing a little pod.
Yeah, we had a little
Yapping
pastry.
it up.
Little
Oh, yeah,
pastry.
It's Zola.
Oh yeah, it's
Sourdough
I didn't even know there was top one in
croissants.
America.
They have the #1 sourdough croissants in all of America,
That's amazing.
which is crazy.
I mean, all of it was so good. It was so good.
Yeah.
So
dude,
that was
fire.
my first time ever having it. It was delicious.
Amazing.
Dude, I always wanted to. It's been like months ever since they opened. Too.
RIP to my freaking blood sugar though.
Bro,
I
I'm
know,
feeling
my
it.
I'm definitely,
feeling
definitely
it.
feeling it.
A little bit of that crash.
Yeah, just like a little sluggishly.
Yeah,
Sluggish
yeah,
feeling.
that's what it is.
I
Sluggish.
won't even say it's like a crash. I'll probably get
No
a crash.
sleep too. Come
Dude, I
on.
know. Last
Eat-
night's stream was fun.
EJ's live stream right now though kind of gave me a little jolt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
a little bit of like
honestly.
adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
But we're here, man.
Fun.
We
are.
got a lot of topics, a lot of people telling us to talk about certain things, but here we are. Here we are.
Yeah.
But we're ready.
Dude, we're our cap has always been we do 3 episodes and then we drop off for a year. We're at number 2 right now.
We're at
Oh
two.
no! Oh no!
Oh my
But
God.
that is different now.
It's different now, right?
Two.
We're
We're
locked
two,
in.
two.
Two.
Oh my gosh, guys.
2 out of hopefully a good amount.
Hopefully we just keep on going.
Yeah, that's true. Well, thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
Matt's gonna direct us into what we're gonna yap about, but
Let's
we're
do
here.
it.
Let's do it.
Dude, okay, so I feel like it'd be good to address what the chat wanted us to talk about right off the
Yeah.
bat.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
let's say right now we're here in downtown San Diego and zombie apocalypse literally
We're gonna start
breaks
with
out.
zombie.
We
bro.
hear our phone goes beep, beep, and then we see like the little red and like yellow notification.
Is that what
shelter
usually happens in
place.
movies?
Shelter in place.
Yeah, just like a Amber Alert.
Stay tuned.
A
for
rare,
new
whatever,
news-
blah blah blah,
whatever,
spread
yeah.
to humans.
Well, no, they won't even tell you. They'll just tell you like like
Emergency, like
something,
public emergency.
emergency announcement, shelter in place or something like that.
And then we open
But
that
then we go
door
on
and people are
Instagram,
like,
we
yeah.
go on Instagram and
Oh,
we
yeah,
see
that's true.
like all these things popping up. We hear a scream outside. Zombie apocalypse style. What do we do? What's the first thing that you're gonna do?
Oh my god. Dude.
First thing, I think I'd gather everything, obviously, that we can get here that we need.
Exactly.
We'd have to leave the cameras, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that's gonna be
While we're
useless.
getting out, call my wife. I'm sure you guys will call your wives
Yeah,
too.
for sure.
Like, hey, lock everything up. Keep anything and everyone out, no matter who's knocking. Unless it's me, don't let anybody in.
That's crazy,
And then probably we walk out, we'll see a bunch of zombies there.
dude. Lots. This is downtown.
The
San
thing
Diego.
is, though, you have to be quiet, right?
I
Ish.
think zombies. I
Ish.
mean, so like there's the Last of Us zombies, which
Yeah.
are like
Yeah, there's
mushroom
so many different
zombies.
kinds of
Yo,
zombies.
dude, they're
So, like-
infected. They call them infected.
Yeah, so like they can hear you, but also if like you step on a mushroom,
Glass. Yeah.
if you
Oh,
step
yeah.
on like the root of a mushroom, they know that you're there, which is wild.
I mean, this is like really no.
so it just depends on what
sand
kind of
here.
zombie.
Or,
But I
mean,
think
not sand,
across the board, like sound will detect zombies.
I think for sure I'd invest in like.
But you don't have time to invest, bro.
You-
Like we
yeah,
have to think
exactly.
right now. Like,
Like,
it's
right
No,
not-
now.
oh, I'm grabbing that metal pole
the
that's
pole.
connected
Yeah.
to the light.
Yeah, it's lightweight too.
I would drag it across the concrete to kind of sharpen the edges, and then that'll give me distance away from them while having a
Dude,
weapon
that's
to
smart.
protect myself. That's the first thing I'm grabbing right there. Unscrewing it, scraping it against the concrete
Yeah.
until the rounded edges become sharp.
dude, you don't have a lot of time though, and plus that's making a lot of noise.
yeah.
That's
I mean,
You
you
know?
know, like tripods here. That would be an easy weapon. Yeah, I think
Do
first
you
thing.
do you ride it out for a little bit? You
no, I
kinda
guess regardless, I would still grab it because
Yeah, for sure.
it gives me distance to kind of poke
Yeah.
at them,
Dude's gonna get us killed in the first 5 minutes.
tickle them.
That's
I'd be
pretty-
like this. Hey, it's me, EJ. Come get me. It's me, EJ. I'm wearing pink. Wait, I am wearing pink though. But
Cool.
I don't know. I would for sure call my wife. Grab something to kind of help protect myself.
Oh my gosh, because like, how long do you think until like cell service and power shuts down?
oh my
'Cause,
god.
yeah, you for sure got a call right off the bat.
Wait,
I
hold
think
on.
for sure we'd have like a week before all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Kinda.
Because it's not like
they're slow. Zombies are slow.
And
but
they-
you're
they don't
talking about-
attack,
you're
like,
talking about
phone
mass
areas.
panic.
Oh, that's true.
People are idiots. They're driving. They're gonna crash into the wrong tower. It's gonna take.
Oh, that's-
you know what I mean? Like, it's not just the zombies. It's people.
Low
panicking.
key, I would find a motorcycle and steal it as quickly as possible.
bro, you don't know how to ride, bro.
It doesn't matter. No, dude, motorcycles, you don't. It's not a science project. You literally hop on it. You know what I mean?
bro, because the
It's just-
clutch.
you're just-
you have
I mean,
to go
you're-
through gears.
No, but you're just tapping. You're just clicking.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
just clicking.
I rode
It's not like a car.
motorbike.
It's not like how
and,
you're having to like let go on it. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
time
okay,
it or
okay.
whatever.
Yeah, you just tap it,
You're
and
just
once you
tapping it.
feel you're tapping out on that gear, you tap it again, and then
Yeah.
it goes. But that would be the best investment because all the freeways and streets are going to be packed with cars. But you have a motorcycle, you can go through the lanes.
Dude, you're gonna get binked from 50 yards though.
I know, bro.
That's the thing.
A
Or
zombie's
you'd go
gonna just
off road.
jump.
You'd go kind of off to the side.
I think off road is the best idea.
Yeah. I'd for sure
So is it?
grab my Land Cruiser, make sure it's safe.
So is that the move? Is it like right off the bat we're just running and trying to figure out how to like survive, or are we just letting it die down a little bit?
Well, I think that's where you kind of have to have a conversation with your family and be like, if anything like this happens.
Every second's like important. You know?
No, I'm talking about like in preparation before whether it's a zombie attack or let's say a nuclear attack. Like you should probably have a conversation about
Having a zombie action plan is a crazy thing to have.
For real.
No, obviously not zombie.
Zombie outbreak
but, like,
action plan right next to your emergency
a major
fire.
catastrophe, like
In case we're in Walking Dead, what are we gonna do,
dude.
But no, like I think if any catastrophe, you should have a plan with your family of like what we would do, where we would meet.
I got
right?
none, bro.
Where we would meet. I
Yeah.
would say, I don't know. My brother-in-law is in SWAT, so I'd probably say
Vegas.
meet in
Don't tell
Vegas.
them. Don't tell them.
Yeah, look, I'd probably meet wherever he's at, and then drag as many of my family and friends want to come with.
Crazy.
You know,
I guess we're looking for Nick Sessions, bro.
on next session.
Sessions.
Yeah,
We're finding
we
you,
got
bro.
an undercover agent.
Undercover agent.
He's basically Jack Ryan.
No, yeah,
he's
literally.
basically Jack Ryan.
He's basically Jack. All right.
Mihawk?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mihawk. Yeah.
Yeah. Jack
Dude.
Ryan Mihawk.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
Mihawk,
great
that guy's a
name.
legend.
That guy will survive anything.
Yeah,
For
dude,
real.
anything.
All right. Second question. I think everyone wants to know a little bit about us.
Oh, yo.
More about us being 3 Filipinos, specifically how we grew up.
Childhood.
Favorite childhood. We can just touch base on it a little bit. I would say, for me, I think it's so different now. I think anywhere, but specifically in America. But in the Philippines, me and my friends would hang out until nighttime. We would play on jeepneys. We'd play on tricycles. Jeepneys are like these big, like, open vans that people ride on for public transportation. We would just play, right? Whether we're playing basketball, hide and seek, we'd play yo-yo. But like
everything, cards,
Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yu-Gi-Oh, everything,
like whatever it may be.
Borderline gambling.
Yeah, gambling at a young age in the Philippines. But I think just that is the memory right there, is like just hanging out with your friends, not having any worry in the world.
Dude, exactly.
You know what I mean?
No
like
worry.
now it's just so dangerous
Yeah.
kind of being out that late. You don't know who you're playing with. You don't know what their intentions are. You don't know any random stranger is going to come mess with you.
It's
or
so
anything.
crazy that like we used to live. I mean, you guys were in the Philippines during that time.
Yeah.
I was here in America, and like it was still.
Was it
even,
similar?
It was still even. Yeah, for sure. Like we could, like my parents let me just hang out on the streets until like sunset, and then like when it's sunset, you come home.
Yeah.
It's like whatever we would do is like chilling. Like there's no issues, no worry at all. Nowadays, like you can't do it. Like that just sucks. You know.
Yeah.
I feel like my girls aren't gonna be able to get that type of experience, and those are so many valuable, just like memories,
Yeah.
experiences, just like
Unless we buy like our own like property,
facts.
like all the
Compound.
cousins, yo.
Guys, I think we're all in kind of like the situation where we might need to move.
Hey,
Except for
yo,
EJ. EJ,
yo.
not necessarily EJ,
Not
but
EJ,
but EJ could.
easy pivot.
EJ would be the main contributor to the compound.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, dude, $70 an hour is crazy, y'all.
This dude. What am I, a nurse?
Should have been.
Dude, I know,
Oh
should have
my
been by
God.
standard, bro.
Right? By
Freaking disappointing your mom and dad is
by
crazy,
genetics, dude. You should. All of us should have been nurses. My mom's actually in
What
the
a
medical
cra-
field.
Dude, I know, same with my parents.
Yeah.
How crazy is that we just grow up and it's like, Hoya naka nurse ka, or like whatever it may be in the medical field.
Or like when he goes to the Filipino party, it's like, oh yeah, like, you know, like, oh, are you going to be a nurse like your dad, your mom?
Yeah, it's just like,
You know?
It's like, oh, your cousin is a nurse.
You want to be an architect? Oh, that's cute.
dude, maybe we talk about how toxic Filipinos are.
You're
That
so
culture
toxic,
is.
bro.
Bro, and it's so weird how it's like embedded in our like freaking
Yeah, and it's
DNA.
just like
Yeah.
comparison, right? Like, oh, well, your sister did this. Oh, your cousin did this. Oh, like, how come you don't have that? Like, you're blah 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 blah.
Dude, I
the,
know.
The worst thing I've heard was like, hey, your cousin's building a bridge.
Yeah, it's like I'm
Yo.
building Legos with my son.
Dude, that's
Building
so crazy.
a bridge. I'm like, oh man, that's cool, man.
crazy.
Isn't it crazy how like culturally like you kind of there's like a stereotype like Filipinos, nurses,
Yeah,
healthcare,
exactly.
whatever.
Healthcare, yeah.
Yeah, like what else? Americans, what are Americans known for?
Fast food.
Yo.
No.
Multi-level marketing.
Level marketing.
Like, dude.
And then if you're big, tall, black guy, basketball.
Basketball, football,
Basketball,
sports.
football, yeah.
Um,
Indians, 7-Eleven. and-
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 7-Elevens or what do they do?
Software engineer.
Software
Software
engineering.
engineer.
bro.
What else? Hispanics for sure, like labor, hard labor,
Yeah,
or
hard
like
laborers.
bodegas.
Bodegas.
Yeah, fruit stands.
I don't know. I feel like
Keep me going, Matt.
there's nothing really wrong with stereotypes, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just joking, guys. Okay, relax,
I feel like
right?
stereotypes are stereotypes because they were like,
They kind of are real, though.
yeah,
They
what you
kind of are real.
repeat is your
Yeah,
reputation.
It's kind of real.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Whatever you repeat is your
Like,
reputation.
Filipinos are always gonna be known as nurses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I
what are
don't-
you, a nurse?
I don't
Yeah.
think there's any reason to be offended here.
Exactly,
guys.
I know. If you're offended, then go watch something.
Yeah, then click off or something. go shut off your camera or something, or not camera, your laptop. But yeah. Anyways, back on topic. Filipino kid like me, my favorite childhood memory is probably just hanging out and
Yeah.
just the culture of being in the Philippines, the fun that it was, and just
I feel like
getting
it's- I feel
dirty
like it's so-
outside.
just like so pure, you know.
Yeah, like we can have fun about anything. I just came back from there. I went there to visit like a few months ago, and like they can just have fun doing anything, like whatever it is, as long as they're outside with their family or their friends. Everything is fun.
Dude, didn't you
know?
like have spiders fight each other?
Yeah.
Oh
for real.
yeah, we used to do that.
Dude, like
That's crazy.
borderline gambling. Like kids will like put
You
like
would bet on it.
pesos. Like let's say few cents, like dollars.
At your school, would they have those people standing outside waiting for students to come out and they'd sell spiders and then all that
for
stuff?
real, bro.
You had a spider plug?
Bro, spider
so
plug.
you would buy it. They would be in matchboxes.
No,
right?
for real, bro. And inside the matchbox is like leaves, like a house.
Yeah. A little
Dude.
place for them to feel comfortable, and then you take them out. And they're never really like the biting ones. Like you can have them in your hand.
Nah. I'm not. I
wouldn't have
never
your-
mess with it, bro.
Yeah, well, you can grab it and put
they're
it
all
down.
Poisonous. Like,
Have you seen Spider-Man?
Are naturally like aggressive and poisonous. That's why they're like.
But
the fighting
sometimes,
ones.
you would have a little stick
Yeah.
to have them and put them down. But if they wouldn't fight each other, you'd put them in the same matchbox and shake it,
Yeah.
dude, and then set it down, and then they'll start fighting.
Yo, I'd be
Or-
pissed if I was in a freaking room and you just shook it like that.
No, and they would.
I'd come out
They
swinging,
usually
bro.
would
That's
starve.
what they
I'd
do.
come in swinging.
They would
Yeah, you
starve the
starve
spider.
them.
So they are aggressive, bro. Like
Dude.
your enemy is your food.
That's
is
the beautiful
so
thing about the
crazy.
Philippines, though. Anything can be fun. You can make
know, bro.
anything fun.
Spider fighting, bro. And then I remember like those spiders with like red like top like
Dude,
colors.
those are the most dangerous ones.
People want them.
The red tops,
Dude, it's
yes.
or like those camel looking spiders.
The
toes?
brown ones?
Yeah,
The
oh my
brown
gosh.
ones,
The
dude.
toes, right? The toes.
I,
The toes?
It's like the spider,
telling
right?
you.
The camel.
The camel toes. Dude, those ones are dangerous.
dangerous.
But anyways, EJ, you were saying what your favorite memory was.
I think that's it. Similar as you. I remember like just as like a high schooler. I mean, it's like America too, but we would go to like cafes, just hang
really?
out, like play like a LAN game. I remember like playing Counter
Oh,
Strike.
LAN games
Oh
are the
my
best.
God.
That
That's
was the
crazy.
best,
Dude,
bro.
in the Philippines, they would have computer stations. You know how you can rent? Oh, it'd be like a cafe.
Like a
Computer
cafe,
cafes.
cafe, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
Dude, we need to
Yes.
start
And
one
you'd
here.
pay hourly to
Dude,
play
Dude, this
Counter
is,
Strike.
this is the craziest one. Like during lunchtime, all these guys wearing like nursing students would go there. I'm like, dude, these guys are like
No
nursing
way.
students by day. Like,
Do we have anything like that here?
no, I don't know.
No, I think it's just because everyone plays video games now at home.
it's accessible to like buy for us.
Yeah.
That's
In the
crazy.
Philippines, they would have them in malls. They would have them in
It's
everywhere.
a luxury to have a PC.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be like, not even well off, but like rich to have your own like.
Got it. Okay.
Guys, listen to this. When I last visited, not this most recent time, but I think in 2016, in the area where my family grew up in Mandaluyong, they had a community Xbox that you could pay like pesos to, and a community a community computer, and like you would. I remember going on the computer and playing whatever games on there, but then I remember paying like 50 pesos, and the first thing I see on the browser, the last person before me was watching.
No, for real, bro.
Not the
Bro.
No,
corn.
it's true, bro. It happens. Like every computer,
At a
like
public cafe?
Yeah,
Dude, it's outside too.
There's cubicles, just like maybe space in between PCs.
I'm like,
And
guys,
I don't know how they do it.
Why
bro.
are we doing
Freaking
this?
way, bro.
Dude,
I'm
that's
like, there's
wild.
no, but mine wasn't a cubicle. It was just one. It was just one computer in the whole street, and then it's outside, so there's cars driving by. So you're not even
Bro,
private.
that
There's
is
no cubicle guarding anything.
savage.
Like that's
Dude was
disgusting.
desperate, bro.
Dude, desperate. I was like, no effing way. Let me just get back on the Xbox instead.
Dude, that's crazy.
But yeah, nonetheless, Philippines is amazing, guys.
I know, but yeah, it's cool. Like I remember like just playing, but there's some like high end ones where it's a cafe, like a
Yes.
Starbucks,
Where they have
then
an
next
AC,
door,
yeah.
ACs. So everyone hangs out there, and it's not like it's public, but it's not very packed because like obviously all the rich kids, so like we're
Yeah,
hanging
all the
out
rich
there,
kids have
so it's
their
not
own,
accessible to
yeah.
everyone.
But
It's wild.
yeah, that was our childhood. He's the whitewashed one of our group.
I know. He's like
Where he was
Filipino,
born here,
born in
right?
America.
Born in
Yeah,
America.
Born here in America.
No, you can't speak pretty much, right?
I can speak like a tiny bit.
And you can
Tiny,
understand.
tiny bit. Yeah, I can
When
understand.
he says tiny bit, it's like
It's like less than
So let's ask you this:
5
100 words.
Less than 5 words, probably.
oh my gosh.
How was it growing up, knowing you're Filipino, but not being in touch with your culture?
Dude, that's a good question.
Dude, I was honestly, and it's gonna sound bad, but I really was cringed at the culture.
Dude, because you were as whitewashed as you can be.
Because
you had
I
the
hung out with-
surfer bowl cut hair.
Yeah,
Like,
because I hung out with just white people growing up the whole time.
That's fair.
That's literally like that was my
And you
surrounding. I just hung
Didn't
out
have
with
like
white people.
cousins around either. So like
No,
even,
yeah,
my
like,
because you're an
cousins-
only child.
Yeah, all my
Yeah.
cousins were either in the Philippines or in Baltimore or a couple in like Las Vegas.
Okay.
So we would see them maybe like once or twice a year.
Yeah.
So I don't really get to hang out with a lot of Filipinos.
So you were not in touch with it at all.
Not at all. No. There's like no Filipinos in Baltimore.
Was there any part of
This-
you growing up that wish you did, or were you content with being, like, growing up in more of like a whitewashed world?
I had a really good upbringing. I really liked my childhood. It was a lot of fun. I had, so my parents, we were kind of like a middle class family.
Okay.
All of my friends were like rich.
Okay.
So it was nice to be able to be in that environment.
Yeah.
I think coming back and recognizing now that I have mainly Filipino friends as an adult now makes me feel like I probably missed out on some stuff. You know,
Yeah.
just like seeing how you guys talk about the culture, talk about your childhood. Like I didn't really get that. Like we just stayed inside, played video games, went to parties. We didn't really get a lot of like. Just
Well, we went to
exploring,
the same
you know?
high school, and it was very Filipino based.
In high school, yeah. In high school, it was a bit different.
So
but
when you would
I didn't hang out with Filipinos.
when you would see them, because I have something to share about that too, because I kind of have a similar kind of thoughts, I think, as you do. But like, how would you react when you would see them? Because we were very
Cringy.
heavily like,
Cringy. The
Cringed.
Phil-Am, like class culture of the club. I just thought it was
B-boy,
cringy.
ukulele.
All of them would dance. All of
Yeah.
them would have the ukuleles. Everyone like they would wear like those raccoon tails. I was like, bro, what the hell?
you
bird?
turn the corner, one ukulele, turn the other corner,
Dude,
another
everybody was
ukulele.
either like Bruno Mars or like freaking Rocket from
Or
Guardians of the
Jabberwockies.
Galaxy, bro. Or Jabberwockies.
Yo, bro, this freaking head
Speaking of which,
spinning,
bro,
bro. Freaking
this
school.
freaking whiteface is crazy.
Oh, the Jabberwocky white face. No, but so I went to the same high school as you, Matt, and definitely when I first came to America, I don't know. I don't think I was ashamed of being Filipino, but I think subconsciously I wanted to step outside of my comfort zone
Yeah.
and like I wanted to have friends of other cultures. And then when I got to high school, I still took Filipino class
Yeah.
and was still around the Filipinos, but I didn't really gravitate towards them on a hanging out outside of school basis, like, or even hanging out in school. I would hang out with my football team, who was all diverse: white, Mexican, Filipino, Persian, black. I would hang out with anyone and everyone that was like, I felt like was in my
Like
environment,
yeah,
immediate
yeah,
environment,
yeah.
football team, like track team, all that stuff. But I did kind of feel quote unquote cringe at, I would say, the Filipino culture, because I feel like a lot of them just stayed within just Filipinos.
Yeah.
A lot of them didn't extend out. Like,
Yeah,
I was
facts.
cool with being cool with them when I was in Filipino class, but I don't want to just hang out with Filipinos
Yeah.
when there was so many diverse cultures at our school. But now, like, I guess being an adult, like my best friends are Filipino.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Which is weird to think about. I still
like
have
full circle.
yeah, I still have a lot of really good friends from high school that I still keep in contact with that aren't Filipino. But yeah, I don't know. For some reason, in high school, when you're growing up like that and like those teenage years, you kind of want to see what lane you're in, and you
Yeah,
don't
for
want to
sure.
just like. To me, being Filipino was comfortable, but I didn't want to stay there in my teenage years. You know, I wanted to expand and hang out with different cultures, but that's just where I'm
Yeah,
at.
and I feel like that's kind of where I'm at now. Is like I don't just always want to hang with white people.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Not to say that they're bad to hang out with.
But
just
yeah,
like,
but now as an adult, it's comforting to hear
Yo,
someone
for
talk
real.
Tagalog.
I
It's
know.
like, yo,
Yeah.
Filipino?
Filipino.
So I don't know. Maybe that was a little bit of my fault in high school, not
Yeah.
wanting to hang out with them. But also, it's like, guys, we're so much more than ukulele and b-boy dancing.
I know.
Right. Raccoon
Like,
tails.
let's
lumpia.
yeah, let's go step outside and hang out with other people. You know.
Yeah, facts.
But
Exactly.
yeah, I feel like I have a lot of good friends that are all mixed. But yeah, what a full circle moment.
Dude, for real.
Dude.
Yeah, I think I was similar too. Like, I think I played soccer, so it was like automatically like the white
Mexicans.
Mexican.
Yeah.
I think mentally I was Filipino. Like academically, like I knew I had.
I
To
mean,
do well.
verbally, you still have your accent.
I know. Yeah, well, it's weird because like Escondido was not a very big Filipino community.
No,
and then
no.
they're all like American born. So there's really no Filipino culture out there. So it was like.
But you moved when you were like 14, right? 15?
Yeah, 16.
16.
So, I was
like
older.
you already had like Philippines like oozing out of you.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I was like the Filipino.
Yeah.
In that like school, but I wasn't. It never really reflected just because I played soccer.
Yeah. But I think like once you get out of high school and even college, like you're not just with the same friends anymore. You're kind of searching to see, first of all, what direction in life you're going.
Exactly.
But then also like who your life friends are going to be. And so I guess we all came back to that comfort zone of like, oh, he looks like me, or he kind of sounds like me, and we can have that relatability and jokes and culture.
Exactly.
Not that we don't have other friends of other cultures. We do. We have plenty. But that best friendship is like comforting knowing that you guys are Filipinos, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. What else was chat saying? What else did chat want to know?
Marriage, dating.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Experience. As like a.
I'll tell you this. As soon as I landed in America, I saw a blonde girl. I said, hallelujah! No more Filipinos ever. I never looked at a Filipino girl again. I am not going to lie to you. I was like, my life was shook, bro. I was like, no
You're like
way.
blonde there, blonde there, blonde.
Dude, I'd never seen something so beautiful in my life. Like, just like, dude.
There's something about snow bunnies, bro.
Dude, as soon as I landed in America and I saw a white girl, I was like, yeah, no
God
more
bless
Filipino.
America.
God bless America.
For the land of the free.
And I'm proud to be an American.
That's
But,
so funny.
I mean, growing up, I knew always I was going to marry a white girl. And I did. And we all did.
Let's go.
And so, yeah, we can transition to 3 Filipinos getting with 3 white girls.
Yeah,
populating the white girl population.
Yeah, I think chat asked about like the dating and like even like the groom experience on a wedding day. So we can go trickle that way.
Grooming white girls. So basically,
Wait a minute.
I'm just kidding.
Hold on.
Basically, you just take them to the house and feed them.
Yeah, no, low key. This is. I got my wife with this when we were first met each other. I was teaching like a group around how to say certain words in Tagalog. That's the best way to do it right there.
That's clutch.
It's like, oh, say this. I was teaching her to say, my name is blank. I was like, ang pangalan ko ay. And she was like, that's so hard. How do I do it? I was just like, ang pangalan. See, like,
Yo!
that's how you can get them into like, oh my gosh, your language is so funny. Your language is so cute. I'm like, my language is disgusting. It's so much.
There's a lot of NG verbs.
That NG goes hard, bro.
The back of the tongue,
Yeah.
like sounds.
It's
crazy.
aggressive and like
Dude, Raymond said something the other day when we were at Korean barbecue. I didn't even think he said anything, bro. He's like, I don't know. I'm like, what
bro,
the f-?
even something pretty like flower, bulaklak.
Yo,
Like that is not pretty.
what did just ruin it?
Bulaklak.
You're pretty as a bulaklak. You know,
No,
it's like, bro.
flower.
I know.
Bulaklak.
I know.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
if
it's
you were
like-
say, like, if you're pretty like a flower,
Yeah.
it's not pretty.
That's like,
Dude,
Bro.
I can see that now. I can see
see
that.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's how I kind of turned Tagalog into a teaching moment, and then
the
maybe
girls
that helped
like
me out. But yeah, I think
Is it harder to get married these days?
so much
yeah,
harder.
So much harder.
So much harder.
Why
I
do you
think that's
think?
why that's probably a question that everyone
Why?
asks.
Why is it so hard?
I think financially, like a lot of it is financially driven too. Like it's so hard, especially like in this culture in like San Diego, California area. Like it's more of like career, making enough for a family. To be honest, it's never gonna be enough. You know, like
Well, yeah.
I feel like you have to grow as a unit, not necessarily like by yourself. and find someone. And then obviously the hookup culture is like a big thing too.
Yeah.
I think that was my biggest culture shock, like back in like high school too, like how like you just like go with everyone, like.
That's wild.
Dude, that was like the craziest thing. I was like, whoa, hold on, I just met you. Like, you know,
Seriously?
like that was like the biggest thing.
You're always a victim, huh?
This
Like, guys,
dude.
what's happening?
This dude. No, but I think that
We don't do this.
trickles down to your adult life, and you're like content with that. That's it. Because you meet your needs. You don't necessarily have to commit. You don't necessarily have to share finances. You don't necessarily have to like grind. That's the thing too. Like people don't want to grind for someone, a different person. You know, because at the end of the day, like it's even though it's not culturally like, kind of taught anymore where like a man should provide, it's still like almost like wired in
Innately.
us. Yeah,
Innately.
it's wired for a man to like provide. I don't know,
It's hard, dude.
and I've noticed too a lot of like based on like chat, like talking about men and stuff. Like I feel like it's almost like being pushed to like women. This is like nothing political, nothing like you know. Hopefully, no one gets offended by this, but I feel like women are told to like, hey, go for that guy now, like
Like make the first move.
yeah, make the first move. You're the boss.
Be the alpha.
Yeah, be an alpha. Like, you know, unfortunately, like sometimes like it feels good for like men to be like wanted, but dude,
Yeah.
once like the whole like
Dynamic is switched.
yeah, it would definitely like just it's a clash almost. Like it's weird, but it's inside.
I feel
of you.
like no matter where you are in the spectrum of thinking about like culture and all that type of stuff, I think women like men to be in
The lead.
charge.
Exactly,
and taking the
exactly.
lead. You know, I'm not saying that's everybody or whatever, but I think just generally speaking, I feel like
secure.
most women enjoy that when a guy is more intentional and like making the moves in general. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think this question is like multi-layered and like,
Oh, for sure. There's not
it's-
just like a one way to kind of like
I think
cut
I
it.
agree.
if you look back in the years, like I think they've slowly, like you said, not trying to make it super political, but they've slowly tried to break down the nuclear family
Yeah, for sure.
to where a man can't just work and provide and that be enough for the
Yeah.
whole family, including the wife and kids. They've done it to where the woman also needs to work.
Yeah.
And then they made it so childcare is so expensive.
Yeah.
And like all these expenses are going
expensive.
everywhere but towards the family.
Yeah.
And like just to survive is so expensive. And then you turn that into the woman empowerment movement.
Yeah.
Which obviously women are strong and like they're so needed, but at the end of the day, like there is like that innate like dynamic inside a man and a woman, with a man wanting to be more of a provider and
Yeah.
a protector, when a woman being more of a nurturer. Not saying that is everyone. There's exceptions, but exceptions don't break rules. You know, like deep down, that is innately in most men and most women. But like, and I'm not saying women can't work. Obviously, they made it so two people have to work. You know, you can't just survive off of one. So I'm not saying women can't work, but that's why it's hard to date, because it's exhausting for both people, you know?
Yeah.
Like-
they see each other at night.
Yeah.
Dude, that's it.
Yeah, like you're working. How are you building a relationship and a family unit when you're working 9 to 5 and she's working 7 to 4? You know what I mean? And it's just hard because it's like you guys got to make money for the family, and it's like, so that's why I'm saying it's a multi-leveled like question. It's very hard to date, especially now. Couple that with hookup culture.
Yeah.
They call it like paralysis by analysis. There's so many options.
Yeah.
Now it's hard to choose, and like you go years and years with that hookup culture, with having so many options and
Yeah.
not wanting to commit, and then you look up and you're like 30.
Yeah.
And that gets even harder for the women, because women don't age as gracefully as men in terms of being in the dating pool.
Yeah.
Like all the good girls are gone before they turn 30. Like the girls that are still available, unfortunately, have made choices, whether it's being picky with the men that they have, that has left them isolated and single until they're 30, and now they're looking back like, oh, now they're bitter at the men. you know, which is like throws
And
another wrench
they're, like,
into the
they're
dynamic.
done dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, the men that are 30 can still date the girls that are 26.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but it's different for girls. Like, once they turn 30, it's a little bit harder, which is sad because.
And that's not every case, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's not every case.
Like, even like going back to like the work thing, like my wife makes more than me. Like, you know, like some. Like,
That's crazy. You make 70 an hour.
But that doesn't change the, like you said, like it's changing, like breaking some rules doesn't determine like, what do you say again? Like,
or exceptions don't break rules.
Yeah, exceptions don't make rules. But I feel like the dynamic of my family is still the same. Like, even though I feel like she makes more money, I feel like I'm still providing.
Well, it's because you guys are grounded. This is also the other layer to it. You guys are grounded in your relationship with Jesus.
Yeah, for sure.
And to where Mariah, although she's very strong woman, like
Yeah.
all of our
Yeah.
wives are very strong.
Dude, like boss ladies.
Yeah, boss ladies, opinionated and like strong.
Yeah.
But like they've come under the authority of what the Bible says that the
Yeah.
man leads. And so although you said she makes more, she's willing to, which a lot of women are not going to be willing to come under the authority of the husband of letting them lead, not
Yeah,
under
yeah.
authority that like they're less than, but like
I think
letting
that word
them
is
lead.
so like demonized anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
authority
yeah.
means like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, but it's not. Just you said it, lead. Like,
Yeah.
someone like you make the man lead, which is, to be honest, very empowering.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. I mean, if you look at like the percentages of a man not being in the family, how much more likely it
Oh,
is
wow,
for the
yeah.
kids to be criminals, to be this and that, and to go to jail. Like, it's much higher
Yeah.
than if a woman left the household and
Yeah.
was just raised by a man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that doesn't make either one of those cases okay.
Yeah.
But it just shows that like a fatherhood is like
Crucial.
crucial. Like, you cannot like downplay that at all.
Yeah.
And so I think that dynamic of honoring the man in marriage and in the family, you guys have kids, like it's super crucial for your guys' wives to honor you in front of your kids,
Yeah.
so that your guys' kids can see the authority, how important authority is, so then when they go into their adulthoods, they would see authority as something to respect
Facts.
and not something
Exactly.
to dishonor and undermine. And so all those, it's such a multi-layered question to
Yeah.
where it's like, I would say, to boil it down, the reason why dating is so hard is
God is not part of it.
the guy's not part of it,
No, God.
or God is not part of it, and men have become weaker, while women have also made the men weaker. You know, I don't know if that kind of sums it up. It just kind of, it's hard, dude. Dating is really hard, bro. Luckily, we're all married and we all don't have to worry about dating anymore.
Exactly.
Made it out
But
the
we've
mud.
all had our
Fair share of
fair share of like dating, and it's not easy, bro. Like,
No, it
it's
isn't.
not easy.
Whether
trying
whether
over and
yeah,
over.
whether I think like you are like a believer of God or not, I think in general, trying to figure out how to do a solid relationship is pretty difficult these days. It's kind of tough.
It's just hard, dude, because it's like comparison is running rampant. So where it's
Exactly.
like, oh, you don't make as much as that, or you're not as this as that guy. And
Yeah.
I saw this guy do this for his girl. Like, he takes her shopping, blah, 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 blah. It's like,
Yeah.
there's no winning, especially in the world of
Yeah.
dating women that are not Christ-centered.
Yeah.
I feel like it's hard. Dating is hard in
This
church
is, like I
too.
said, yeah,
Yeah.
Just,
It's
well, yeah,
hard
in
everywhere.
church and out the church, bro.
Yeah.
It's just hard.
It presents its own different problems.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Even like what online dating, if you think about it, like there's gonna be a list of people and you just pick the best, the top one.
Yeah.
Like the people like in the bottom, middle, like
Just get
then-
forgotten about.
Yeah. And then at the end of the day, like dating sites kind of point you to someone similar to you, which is like not necessarily like the best recipe for any marriage. I've noticed like me and Mariah are like complete polar opposites.
Yeah.
I mean, we like the same things, like sports and everything, but like decision making is different. Like, just,
Yeah, so touch on that now, what other people are saying, like dating advice. Like, what is it that you were looking for
Yeah.
in Mariah that you feel like you found that you were willing to pursue her in a deep level of marriage? And then same thing for you.
Oh yeah, I think for me, like simple. I was always been this extroverted guy, happy-go-lucky, jack of all trades. Like I'm just like want to live and that's it. Like
Yeah.
I resell clothes, like shoes and stuff. You know, like back in the like I
The
did
sneaker-
that. Yeah, the
sneaker
sneaker
days,
world.
yeah.
You were a sneakerhead.
I was sneakerhead.
I mean, you still kind of are. You're like more of a low key sneakerhead.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I just do low key stuff now. And Mariah was like this Miss Independent, like, you know, cares about well, how do you even say it? Like, just very have that that aura of like she's a boss lady, you know. Oh, that I think that's when I first met her too. That's what I called her, a Miss Independent. Like for someone who's like I don't care, like I'm just gonna do whatever I want. To someone
Yeah.
like some more stable, more structured, someone who's like actually is thinking about the future, and you know the Nixon sisters, they think about the future. Like I think that's what's constantly in their head. That was attractive, and that was necessarily me. And then I don't know. I feel like sometimes you kind of want someone who's gonna push you out of your comfort zone. There you go. I think to sum it up, so I feel like someone who's the same as you wouldn't push you out of your comfort zone. You kind of like ride life together, but just know like someone's going forward, someone's gonna pull the other person up. Because it's not necessarily I don't want her to like go forward and then she pulls me back. Because naturally, it just became to the point where like we're like going forward, the other person follows, the other person goes forward, the other person follows. But I feel like that doesn't exist in like people or like dynamics of the same like I said, people who are the same.
That's good, dude. I think I don't think it's wise to be aimlessly dating anymore.
Oh yeah, for
you know?
sure.
Like you can't just aimlessly date and just think that you can find the one by just slanging it around or like by just hooking up and all that stuff. Like it'll throw a wrench into everything.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, before
go.
I forget about it, but like in the church like world, in our church culture, we were taught to date to marry.
Yeah,
I think that gives
intentional.
Intentionality, and also like at the same time like I'm not gonna mess around. Like if this is person like I kind of want not even kind of pursue, but I want to pursue, like you put everything into it. I mean, without obviously like. I mean, everything doesn't mean like you kind of invest all of your time, your effort. It's more of like you gotta be intentional. Everything you do, like dates, every time you go hang out, like the time you hang out, like you make it special. I don't know. That's what I kind of like.
Yeah,
remember.
and to like be
dating,
a devil's advocate on that one. I think the hard part about that type of mindset and that type of a culture that's place in the church, and don't get me wrong, I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think it's like the harder you try, the harder it hurts when you fall.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, because
Harder
obviously,
what?
like, the harder it hurts when you fall. So, like, let's say it doesn't work out or whatever, because you're giving it so much effort. Like, you're like
that's
trying to be
true.
this like righteous person. You're trying to have good character. You're trying not to like mess around too much or whatever. You're not trying to like.
Yeah, a little bit is okay.
Depends on who you ask, but I think it's fine.
Poke.
Just don't go too far. It's just like it's harder when it doesn't work out because you're intentionally dating to marry
you're
or whatever.
spiritually also invested.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. So it's like
It's not
dude,
just emotional.
That's the one thing that I didn't really enjoy about the church culture when they were like putting so much emphasis on like dating to marry and stuff like that because they invest all these words, and I think it's all great to a degree, you know. And I think
it's a good heart behind
it's
it.
a good heart for sure.
Like you said,
But it's like
promotes
but then
purposeful
you're
dating.
a 20-year-old man and you're hearing all these things like, oh, like be good about your time and like how much time you're spending with them and not being out too late and XYZ or whatever. And it's like, I hear your heart and you're doing all that and it doesn't work out. And then it's just like, damn, like I feel like the world just broke. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and to piggyback on that, I think also like it's tricky to where it's like, just be pure and like don't have sex and just get married, but like you don't visit the other things where it's like, dude, you gotta good job, or like you
Yeah.
got to worry about your finances.
Some
true.
really, really intense,
Yeah.
like important practical stuff.
The practical
Yeah,
stuff.
the
There
important
you go.
practical stuff to where like the end goal is not just to get married and have sex.
Yeah.
Like you should have disciplines within yourself as an individual
Yeah.
single person
Yeah.
that you can tie in
to the relationship.
That relationship that'll be beneficial for both of you in the
Because
future.
those are huge stressor like points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
If you're just a bum and you just play video games all day and like not
Dude.
really like do a job.
Yeah, EJ.
Like no, dude. Like here's the thing. Like you make $70 an hour and you like stream, so it's
Yeah.
like it's like you're fine. But if you were just streaming without making $70 an hour, bro, it's like,
I don't
dude, I
make
get it, bro.
70 an hour, by the way. Oh my god.
But you need to for you to stay.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
But
Spoiler alert.
yeah, that's why I was saying earlier, like there's different challenges when it comes to Christian dating.
Yeah.
And that'd probably be the biggest one is like the rush to get married
Yeah.
and the pressure spiritually to get married and not mess up.
And not like a huge. I feel like I wish that there was more intentionality in the process of like the mentorship and the spiritual guidance. That was like, bro, like you straight on your finances, dog. Like what's
Yeah,
your
that's
goals
true.
for like your career?
Exactly.
Oh, you just trying to stay at Chick-fil-A? You know what I mean? Like, bro, it's
Yeah.
like
Do that
you know,
Chick-fil-A
like they're
days.
just so invested in this. Again, like the heart is fine, but it's just like I feel like there should have been more emphasis on you being created as a man,
Yeah.
like an alpha, somebody that like
Yeah.
is a go-getter.
Yeah.
You know, instead of just like focusing on like
that's
not
definitely on point.
not like having sex. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know, but again, this is just church problems. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like
Well, yeah, this is just church. Yeah, like you said, it's church. A lot of times it's like get married and just figure out the rest later so that you can serve. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
oh, we're really trauma dumping now. Let's go.
no, I did not experience that at all.
Yeah.
But I've seen that in people to where
Yeah,
it's like, you can't really serve at that capacity unless you're pure.
Yeah.
And since you're messing around with your girlfriend, just get married. And then, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like,
No, I
there's
think
way more important things in life than just
100%.
especially like the M word, which is mortgage. Like, dude, that is probably like the craziest thing. Like
Yeah.
going to marriage. Like if
Yeah.
you're not like ready. I don't know. I
Dude,
think
marriage
that's
is expensive.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
Life
dude.
is expensive.
It's
But-
very expensive.
Like you said though, like keep your desires in the person that you want to marry simple. Like don't be too extravagant in like what you want. Like
yeah.
leave room for God to like, you know. And for me, like I like simple too. Reagan is a simple girl,
Yeah.
but at the same time she's like strong and she's very encouraging, like empathetic. Like you want someone. I heard someone say this, like you want to be with someone that you could see be the mother of your children.
Yeah.
Like if you're dating around and this girl is just always talking about Birkin bags and like, you know what I mean? Like makeup this, Sephora
club.
that, like clubbing. You know what I mean? Like I don't think you're in a place to have my babies in 4 or 5 years. You know what I mean?
So true.
So I think just simplify that. Could you see them be the mother or the father of your children? And do you guys align on the most important values? And if that makes sense, and she's somewhat attractive or he's somewhat attractive, whatever it may be, like, boom.
It's a
it'll
good,
work out.
it's a good like
Just
barrier,
a-
like
Way
a
to just
boundary
simplify
to work
it,
with.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But, yeah.
What do you guys do when you guys are in like a funk? Like, what do you do? What do you do to like get out of funks?
Oh, simple. Not simple, because I don't want to say it's simple, because it probably takes a couple of tries. But the first thing I do is definitely like I go to the gym. I have a good gym workout.
What do you mean funk, though?
Let's
Like
say
mental, right?
like
Mental
like a
funk?
little mental funk. Like let's say
Season of life funk.
yeah, like life just gets busy and
Yeah.
then you just kind of feel like you're experiencing like a lot of anxiety,
Yeah.
a lot of comparison. You know, you're not having as much fun. You're stressed
Yeah.
out all the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, going back to
What
it,
do you-
like
what do you do to get
I
out of
definitely
it?
go to the gym. It's always good for me to like. I don't know if like the gym is kind of like, kind of like wakes you up a little bit, like like kind of like hey, kind of get you back to your senses. There you go. I'll definitely go to sauna, part of it. Even though I don't want to, I force myself to. And then, but throughout that time, I listen to worship. I know this is like very like sounds religious and everything, but when I'm in a funk, worship doesn't make any sense. Like, dude, like I just have it. I don't know, constantly playing. I feel like when I'm in a funk too, I don't want to hang out with anyone, but I would force myself to like hang out with people, like kind of like just kind of feed off people's energy. Like I said, but constantly like playing worship, even though it doesn't make sense, even though you don't feel like it. Even like I said, even though it feels like very religious, it works for me. Like it kind of keeps me like go back to like
some good worship,
where like keeps me grounded, or back to like, hey, this is what it should be. This is what you should be feeling. Going back to like the roots of like of just God. I don't know, like, but definitely I work out. I go to sauna. I find a way to hang out with like with you guys, like, cause you've seen me like probably when I say like I don't want to hang out, that means I'm in a funk, like, but like, or I'm just gonna force myself. Like usually my wife is really good at that. Like, hey, I think you need to go. I think you need to go. You know, but yeah, people, God, physical, like fitness.
That's good.
Yeah.
What do you do if you don't want to work out? Like, you know, I think a lot of people know that working out is really beneficial for their mental health and their physical health, obviously. But like, I've been there where I just fall off the wagon, and it's like, damn, I haven't worked out in 6 months. You know what I mean?
Go to like, I don't know, walk. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some kind of physical thing. It doesn't have to be like a workout sesh.
I'd like to think that I'm never in a funk, but that's a lie. I feel like I do get into funks, and I feel like the only person that ever really sees me in a funk is Reagan.
Yeah.
Because I do a pretty good job, like, just trying to keep the same energy at all times. But I don't know. I think for me, the biggest thing is just, like, gratefulness. I just look back on my life and just be thankful at how good God is, and it just kind of realigns me back to... Because, like, you got to... Whenever you're in a funk, you got to identify why you're in a funk. Yeah. You got to identify and be aware of that. Like, for me, sometimes it's, like, worry of life, future finances, and providing and doing that. And so sometimes I'll catch myself, like, in a rut of, like, oh, I got to work more. I got to do this. I got to do that. Like, what can I do? What other videos can I film to garner more attention, to get brands that don't just mean to want to work, blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden you're just thinking about things that you need to do that are, like, performative. And then I identify why I'm feeling like that. And it's like, oh, it's because I want to provide. It's because I want to make sure that me and Reagan are okay, and that blah, 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 blah. And then I just kind of just, like, sit back and I'm like, okay, I'm feeling a little bit more snappy. I'm feeling a little bit more, like, in a bad attitude. And so I just rewire my brain to thankfulness and gratefulness. And I do that in prayer. And whether it's just, like, in the mornings where it's like, God, thank you for this. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Like, you've never left me. Like, you've always provided. You got me from the Philippines to America. You planted me in a good, like, little things.
Yeah.
Like, I literally thank him for little things. Like, in my old journals, I would have things that I would say thank you for. I would say thank you for my hair. Thank you for my smile. Thank you for the personality you gave me. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for planting me in the same church and putting me with leaders that help shape me in my confidence. Boom, thank you for this. Thank you for that. Thank you for my wife. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for this and this and that. And so I think in the world where you always want something, and if you don't get it, it throws you in a funk, you always have to remember to be content and remember what was already provided for you. And I think that's what always gets me through. And, like, I do that in prayer and saying thank you, and then worshiping, like you said. And then when you don't know what to do what you know to do. And so my discipline is working out in the morning. My discipline is to do the things that I know to do. And I know that's worked for me, is prayer and spending time with God in the morning. And so...
Yeah, I think gratitude is a really important thing. I think I've heard Andrew Huberman talk about how gratitude and thankfulness releases a chemical that like does something in your brain. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so I think that there's actual things that can happen, not just psychologically, but like physically when you focus on more of the things that you're grateful for and thankful for, rather than maybe the storm that you're going through.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure.
And so I think like that's such a good, easy tool that doesn't really require the same mental energy to
So
have
good.
to go to the gym sometimes, because like sometimes it's hard to do
Dude,
workouts.
it's hard.
Sometimes
Yeah.
like if you have a gym membership and you haven't gone for a few months, it's hard to go back.
Dude, right.
It's hard.
Dude,
But like
so true.
it's not as difficult to just sit down and just like
Say
be grateful.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Just like
yeah.
3 things, bro. Just like thank you for my hair, thank you for my smile, thank you for my friend. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
you can think everybody can think of 3 things right off the bat that they're grateful and thankful for. It doesn't have to be big or
It
crazy.
literally, you can almost feel because not to cut you off, but life is all about perspective.
Yeah.
And when your perception is on the things that you don't have and the things that you want and the things that you're hustling for, it turns you into this. Let me get. Like I need this, I need that, I need that.
Yeah.
But when you start saying thank you and being grateful, it rewires your brain and turns you the other way to where it's like you look back instead of looking so far ahead.
Yeah.
You look back at how good God's been. You look back at how much has been provided for you, and like you start to be like, man, like this is a constant thought that I have. I know you'll relate. So it's like, where would I be in the Philippines right now
That's
if I
true.
wasn't here? Like, not saying I'm more blessed than the people there. I don't want people to think that. But like, God has a plan for everyone, and God handpicked me in a time and a moment to put me in America and put me in these positions to have a job that I have, to be with the wife that I have, to be in San Diego, blah, blah. It just kind of rewires my brain to be like,
That's so true.
wow, like it's just crazy like how like my life looks now, and it just kind of makes life like seem better, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you were saying,
No, I think that's great, man. I'm glad you cut me off because that's
it's-
really good.
I mean, you mentioned like Andrew Huberman, but I went to like therapy once. This is like $100 an hour, $150 an hour to be honest, and the same thing, gratitude. And this is like,
dude, that's
and
crazy.
that's free,
2 hours of work for you,
dude. And
That's crazy.
But even that, like coming off from a therapist, like that's paying $150 and just hearing that. I think my first initial reaction was, what the heck? Like,
am I paying for
what am I paying for?
Like,
but
no
but
shit,
dude, like
bro.
I know, right?
Dude, give me a refund right now.
A refund. But just going back to it, like it's the most like simple, easy, even though it seems like not easy in a certain situation, like a funk, like it's so
Yeah.
hard. But dude, just open your freaking mouth and just say out loud 3 things you said.
Yeah.
I remember therapist said 5, but dude,
Maybe
yeah,
there's
just start
something.
listing them out.
Yeah.
3 will become 5
Yeah.
will become 15.
100%.
Good,
Exactly.
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 You know?
Yeah.
And then it just becomes part of your life.
yeah,
Yeah,
Which is cool. Which
and
is
I
dope.
think last thing on it, like contentment is such like a powerful thing to where it's like, not to always turn it to biblical, but biblical like things are just so helpful.
Yeah.
But like there's always a battle in the human mind of like being content and contending, like contending for more, like I need more.
exactly.
But it's always a balance of like, man, I want to work to the place to where I have this, but even if I don't, I'm still really thankful for this. That's the best balance to where it's like, I'm working, I'm putting in the work, I'm not being lazy to do this, but all my hope is not in achieving that because I'm already grateful for everything that I have and everything I've accomplished. It's like an ongoing like teeter-totter. If you think about like the teeter-totter, if you're contending too much, it leans towards another way. And then you have to balance it out with being content and being grateful, and it helps balance it out and then keeps you on an even keel
Yeah.
of life. And life is a roller coaster. So the more you're like this, the more solid you'll be.
No, facts. I think that's really good. Streaming.
Oh man,
Oh, yeah, this is your guys' lane.
Dude, you got to get on it, though.
yeah.
I know. One of these days, I got to hop on.
You need to. I think we have games to play. It's pretty cool. We should bring back the 2K days.
Oh, my God.
Oh my god.
Dude, I just really want GTA 6 to come out already.
Dude,
Those
right?
were
I
the
just
best
can't wait.
days, bro.
Dude, Miggy on GTA 6 is gonna.
It would be so fun, bro.
Brink.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my
so
gosh.
fun.
How has streaming been for you, though, EJ?
Oh man, streaming has been. I don't know. It's definitely been good, but it's more of like. I thought I had my niche or like of like just playing video games first playthrough, and now I'm like trickling into like certain like genres. I'm like, oh my gosh, how the hell am I playing like a horror game?
Yeah,
Like,
you play the craziest games,
and
bro.
my chat knows this. I'm scared of, dude. I'm jumpy. I'm scared
Yeah.
of like all these things, like, dude. And now I find myself like what, 5 games in, like a horror game.
What's the new one that you're playing now?
Dude? Okay, the one that I played, that finished, was called The Devil in Me.
Ain't no
Okay,
way
wait.
I'm ever playing that
Okay,
game, bro. What's wrong with
This
you?
is not very like, I know the the title is, but basically it's about like H.H. Holmes.
H.A. Holmes?
H.H. or H.H. People said it.
H.H.?
Yeah, he's a well-known like killer, and this is when.
Oh, it's based on a real person?
A real person. So this
Nah.
is when, like, they kind of put religiosity into like courts or.
You
like,
said
the-
religiosity?
religiosity.
Oh,
like,
religiosity.
Religiosity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, because he said like what told him to kill was like, I don't know what we're talking about. This was the devil.
Yeah.
So,
Yo.
So basically that, and then basically it's about that story. But yeah, I don't know. It's feel like, and then growing pretty much. I'm at 34, almost 3,500. I haven't checked.
What, remind us, how long have you been streaming now for?
8 months. October.
8 months, dude.
Wait, started in October, like end of October. So that's basically October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. Yeah, 8 months.
Gang.
Yeah, that's crazy. From
crazy.
0 followers. So I think that was my biggest like fear to start with too. Like, oh my gosh, who's gonna follow me? And then 8 months later, I have 3,400 people watching me. It's the, I think one thing that I constantly like pushes me forward is that people like, hey, you're gonna go big someday. I mean, it's not what I kind of want to aim for that, or I am aiming for that, but it's not necessarily like my focus. I want it to be organic, whatever happens.
For
you
sure.
know?
You built a great community, though.
Yeah, no, it's been
like-
great. But one thing that like Mariah talks me this too, but I am always scared to ask people for money or like ask people to follow. Like
Really?
me being so set to like it happening organically is preventing me from like making this like a career someday. So
Yeah.
there's kind of like not a focus shift, but kind of is, you know, like, hey, like maybe I need to ask for like,
Yeah, because you're putting in a lot of time.
yeah,
and
exactly.
effort,
Yeah,
you know?
and you think about it, like if time and effort equals money, and people pay for it, but I'm just never been really like that person, and I think that's kind of like a shift I kind of want to make. Still not like in your face, like hey, fall like sub, give me money, but still like, you know, maybe end of every moment, like every 30 minutes, like hey, kind of when I remind you guys like sub, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think that's okay to want to grow, because at the end of the day, like you have to provide, like with the economy now, like the 70 an hour you're getting from your main job might not be enough in 5 years, you know? And so what the hell are you guys laughing about?
Dude, eggs are expensive, I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Like it might be $70 for one carton.
Yeah.
And that's like one whole hour of your shift. And so
Yeah.
if you stream,
Yeah.
I think it's okay to be like, hey guys, like I'd really appreciate it to sub. And I think we've talked about this before. You've been doing it so long and have such a good organic community that
Yeah.
if you set a goal of like, hey guys, if we get to this many subs, I will put my 2 weeks in. That's a great way to monetize it for yourself without being a beggar.
Yeah, for sure.
I know.
That's because that gives you more time to spend time with the people that are following you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can start doing 6
I mean,
hour streams.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what
coming from the first, like the podcast before this, like definitely like got me like thinking like, dude, I really want maybe this. Okay, let's take out the maybe. I really want to be like
Oh yeah,
a full-time streamer, and people tell me about it too. Like, hey, like, are you full-time? This is what you do. I'm like, no, like I do have like a 1 to 9 job, but it's not. I'm not saying I hate my job right now or like what
Of course,
do.
of
Yeah,
course.
But
yeah,
like
definitely,
you
I'm
love
grateful.
streaming, and why
Yeah,
not do it full time?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like the relationship, the community I created has been like something like I think about all day. Like I think
Yeah.
that's one thing that you love something when you like think about it like all day. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
or like kind of even thinking about how I can make it better, how I can like provide more entertainment and stuff. But yeah, the growth is amazing. It's always, but it's hard for me to like think about growth or like goals and even like the possibility of it becoming my full-time job someday.
Yeah, you're averaging like about like 20 to
like 40, 50, like that. Yeah,
like
per
followers
stream.
every time you stream.
Yeah. So
That's
it's pretty good.
amazing.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. It's okay to. Okay, we'll ask you this: how many subs
Oh my god.
would it take for you to transition out of your?
Okay.
$70 an
That's
hour
a very
job?
like future. I think that's like a year from now kind of goal.
Okay, so answer it.
No, but my first goal right now is to get 50. I think once we hit 50,
But how much? How many
1,000.
subs? For you
1,000
to
subs, bro.
transition?
1,000 subs.
1,000 subs times $3.99.
yeah, I think that's like mortgage right there. That covers the mortgage. That's pretty good.
You guys heard it. If you guys are following him, watching his streams, 1,000 subs will get him full time.
You have 3,000 something followers.
Yeah.
So just
If a third of y'all,
a
sub,
third. If
That's
33%
crazy.
of you guys sub, that's it right
crazy.
there.
Yeah.
That's life
it's
changing.
doable.
It's doable. Yeah.
And the thing is, now if you set that goal and they accomplish it, now you have to transition out of your job, and
for
then
real.
now you're forced to be even more creative with your content.
Exactly.
And now you can think about it full time. What
Facts.
you can do.
Yeah.
And what's
IRL
like,
stream in the Philippines.
dude, you know what's
would be
so
so
dope
fun.
about just like this concept of subbing to somebody? It's like people subscribe to like Netflix, Amazon, all these different things that are like $15 a month or whatever. And yeah, you get like a good value from it because you get to tune
Watch
out or veg out or
shows.
whatever.
Yeah.
But I think with our community and the way that we have our type of content, it's like we give a value that is almost like fulfilling. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's like you're getting more than just like binge watching or like
Yeah.
I don't know, a freaking Uber Eats subscription. You know
It's
what
a
I mean?
real
It's like,
life look at someone's life. you
yeah,
know?
it's like and
Dude,
it's
like
like
5 hours. People watch for you for 5 hours straight. That's crazy.
dude, isn't that the craziest thing too? I
Wild.
always tell people whenever people are being generous with their resources to me, it's like, bro, you've been hanging with me for 3.5 hours. You've almost worked like a freaking split shift, bro. Like that, your
That's
time is
crazy.
so valuable. Like you do that is crazy. You know what I mean?
And there's
Bro.
so much power in streamers now. And I think this is a perfect transition for you. Now you've started to stream the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, I haven't streamed. The last time that we did an episode, I wasn't a streamer.
No,
Yeah.
for real. That's crazy.
And-
So how does it feel?
Bro, I've been streaming. Okay, so on Wednesday it'll be my 2-week mark.
That's crazy.
Which
That's
is
wild.
crazy.
Anniversary is crazy.
And
That's wild.
bro, I've always thought like it'd be cool to do it,
And you
especially
grew
watching
so
you.
fast too.
Bro, it's been so much fun. I think I was hoping to find a place to land this, or not land this, but just like bring this up. But this message pretty much sums up like how I feel about streaming. So this dude, and hopefully Celeste, you're watching. This guy's my dog, but he says, "Hey dog, my fault for being late to this message. But anyways, brother, I tend to gauge my streamers I watch by sending gifts. Love and respect that you show for my small gifts speaks volumes to me. I appreciate a person who's humble and enjoys being part of the community and not for being a part of the community. You've shown me true gratitude and appreciation, and for that, I appreciate you. Not speaking as a streamer, but a human being. I like to surround myself with good-hearted, true, and genuine people. Much love, big dog." I think like the community that I've been able to build in 2 weeks, it's like that's it. Like we're just so focused on ourselves. We're focused on just like us individually, but like just like how can we make everybody in this community feel loved? Like last night, I just did a stream where I just literally put the camera on, and I was just like on my phone scrolling, just like hanging out or whatever, and people pop in, we chat. And I got this little pocket for a minute of people that were asking about how do I overcome anxiety, how do I overcome mental health issues, whatever. And I gave one answer, and it just led to everybody, like 14, 15 people just dropping like so much love to other people.
That's
and it's like, bro,
amazing.
like this is just like the best.
Yeah.
Like we're spreading genuine like messages,
Yeah.
genuine uplifting moments that can really help and affect people's lives. And it's crazy that like we can do this on TikTok, you know, because like you're scrolling, bro, and it's like,
You're like, what
yo,
the
dude,
heck?
girl, put a shirt on, bro. It's like, and then there's like these ads of like people selling like these pills or whatever, like the rhino pills, you know what I mean? It's just like, bro. And then like you get people that are like you and me and some other cool people out there, you know, that are just, we just want to hang out and just like be us and
and be genuine.
love people, and it's
That's
like cool
awesome,
that
bro.
we can have that type of a space on TikTok.
Dude, it's
So
wild.
amazing,
And, like,
bro.
Yeah, I mean, not that it's all about metrics and stuff like that, but it's just cool because metrics does track growth, and I think it's important to pay attention to it. Since I've been streaming, I started with less than 100 subscribers, or 100, or less than 100 followers.
Yeah.
Now I'm over 400, about to be 500. Not that it's about like
That's
the
a lot, though,
donations,
for, like, 2
But that's just
but
grown.
what's cool,
yeah.
and I love this so much because for the people that are Jesus followers and Bible followers, this is a really cool thing to see from me when you hear about. I've been going to church for like a good handful of years, and you always hear this when it's time for giving.
Yeah.
You know, they talk about the world of the stingy gets smaller and smaller, but the world of the generous gets larger and larger.
Yeah.
And it's like, is that right? Yeah, that's the verse.
Yeah.
It's like I'm experiencing that, and it's really crazy when I give, not just all like fully just like straight cringy faith based like advice, but like it's advice and wisdom that's basically stemmed from like Proverbs, stemmed from the Bible. But I'm just not like blasting Jesus in their face necessarily. I'm just like, yo, dude, like like you should practice being generous. All these principles that aren't just like. I'm not trying to turn people off right off the bat. I'm also not trying to be shy of the gospel, but it's like, how can I deliver this in a way that keeps people around and
that
I can
is
just
palatable.
I can just like plant these little seeds in people's lives, and
1,000%.
hopefully, it pays off later in life.
1,000%.
It's like I'm seeing these notifications. I got one yesterday. I told you about it. I hit 70,000 diamonds.
Bro, that's a lot of money.
What is
in
that?
2 weeks.
1,400?
And when he told me that, bro, it's like, that's so crazy that people would just donate that much money to me just hanging out with you, and just like, it's like, it's just bonkers. And when I saw that, I'm like, man, that's crazy. Like, there's so many generous people out there.
That's
and
actually
it's just
wild.
like people
and it's
that
worldwide too.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's
right?
wild, bro.
Oh my gosh.
I love it, man. It's a cool thing. I think people should be more open to streaming and just like
share your life,
sharing your life, being positive, especially people that are in the Christian community and Christian world and Jesus followers. I feel like it's a great space to just continue to spread love and spread positivity and plant those seeds. And I feel like people need it. Like, it's weird, but again, not to just be on like the whole, I feel like this conversation has been pretty intense faith-based conversation, which is completely fine. But I feel like this is a ministry in a sense. You know what I mean? It's weird that this could be a ministry, like TikTok ministry.
Oh, for sure.
It's like, bro, I feel like the church probably needs to tap in on this. I feel like
Right?
they need to, honestly, low key.
No,
Live
for
stream.
real.
Shout out Owen. That guy's on
I
it.
know, Owen. I was
That
about to
dude's
say
on it,
Owen.
bro.
Live streaming growth class.
Low key. But man, yeah, this whole streaming thing's
That's
been a
so
lot of
fun,
fun.
bro.
It's been really fulfilling to me. I was talking to my wife about it yesterday. I feel like this outlet has been something that really, like, I didn't recognize that I needed. Like, I didn't recognize that I needed to pour out from myself, but also be filled up at the same time.
Yeah.
Because, like, people be gassing me up, bro. And it's just, like, it's just so weird. Not
Feels
that
good.
It feels good, but it's just like, man, I didn't realize, like, I really crave it.
Yeah.
You know? And how much it affects me.
Life's been a little too good to you.
It's been a little good to me lately, bro. It's my turn now.
Dude, that's good though. Everyone does need encouragement, and that's amazing to hear that, like, you didn't realize how much you needed it until now. And what the good thing about that is that you're also pouring out
Yeah.
encouragement to other people, and they clearly appreciate it.
That's the goal. I mean, that's 100%. I don't even play games to play games. I just play games to talk.
Yeah.
I just want a reason for people to hang out, you know? It's like
yeah.
these stupid games that are actually so dumb, but it attracts
Dude,
people, and I'm like, bet,
Yeah.
okay, cool. I'm going to use this to talk to people and hopefully
Yeah.
encourage their lives and spread any level of positivity and influence on them that could
1,000%.
better their day, you know? I love it, man. It's so cool. Dude, I hope you can get on it, bro. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of these days I'll get on
By
it. I'm
next
trying to figure it
episode.
out.
What are you gonna do? You gonna play
No, I want to keep it like
IRL?
within my niche too. Like,
Yeah.
I want to play video games and just
Yeah.
talk, but I want to also, like, I don't know, talk and review people's brands and talk about fashion and
so cool.
insight on my day and what it looks like to run like my business and make content, and maybe behind the scenes of me editing my reels or my YouTubes, or
Yeah.
keep it within my niche, but then I also play video games because I do like playing Madden, all that stuff, and then when GTA
Dude, by
6
next
comes out-
episode.
by next episode,
So like Andy tells me every time, Madden. I'm like, what?
I gotta figure out. I gotta get better Wi-Fi at my place right
yeah,
now.
you need
But
better Wi-Fi. I mean, not really, but also
yeah,
kind of needed.
Starlink.
Starlink, right?
Starlink.
What do you use
Yo.
for your Wi-Fi?
I have fiber. 'Cause
Fiber?
we have a new built, so there's like already fiber.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What's your Wi-Fi?
I got AT&T.
Oh,
Yeah.
But-
But it's fiber. It's fiber. I got
We'll
one.
see.
gig.
I don't know if I'm gonna go to TikTok route though.
I think TikTok has the highest growth opportunity.
Yeah,
in
for
a
sure.
very short amount of time, because people go on TikTok already just to be on TikTok and scroll.
they don't go on these streaming websites.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Nobody really goes on Twitch or Kick.
But I want to
or,
find a way to
you know.
dual stream it.
But I
you
think
said,
yeah,
you know.
You can do
I was
that.
listening to a streamer yesterday talk about it. Actually, we were listening to it the other day about how more people are probably gonna end up doing that. Just multi-stream.
Multi-streaming, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think like you're gonna put yourself in the platforms that align best with you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I think
Yeah.
that's how you should do it anyway. You know?
Yeah.
But it doesn't hurt to just throw yourself out there and
I'm
everywhere.
wondering if like Instagram's ever gonna have one.
I think it does, low key. I mean,
Facebook?
I know Instagram has Instagram already has like this
You can go live
live.
on Instagram, but
Yeah,
I don't think
It's
as,
not like gaming heavy or whatever.
yeah.
There's definitely some. I've seen some. There's like this grandpa that
Oh yeah, Grandpa
that does
Gaming,
like
yeah.
these snipes or whatever.
I don't know how he does
And
it.
he
though.
live streams, yeah, on
know
Instagram.
how
He's
he live
Instagram
streams.
focused.
What does he do?
He's like an old vet, like a
Yeah.
Vietnam
pretty good.
veteran.
Like, he's pretty good.
But he plays Battlefield and he just snipes. He gets
Bro,
the nastiest snipes,
He's like
bro.
in everywhere though, like
crazy.
YouTube.
It's
like,
hilarious, bro. It's
TikTok.
hilarious.
I follow him on TikTok.
It's amazing.
All right, rapid fire, real quick.
Go ahead.
Okay, NBA. Who you guys got for the finals?
Wolves.
Wolves versus Pacers.
Knicks.
I think it's gonna be Wolves Knicks.
Yeah.
Wolves
Knicks.
versus Pacers.
Yeah.
I feel like it's curated.
I'd be down for with the Halliburton to win one, or for Anthony. Edwards
Yeah, I got
to win one.
Ant-Man. Dude, the playoffs have been crazy.
It's been fun. It's been
Dude, this one
fun.
is like really
Very
different.
disappointing for your Laker fan. RIP.
Or a Warriors fan.
Or,
Yeah.
well, at least you guys made it on though.
Yeah.
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 All right. Next question.
If you could only play 3 video games,
Ooh.
what would you pick for the rest of your life?
Okay.
Madden, FIFA, 2K.
God of War series, The Last of Us, and Cyberpunk.
No, I thought you said Red Dead.
Oh yeah, huh?
You did say Red Dead earlier.
I
Red
thought you said Redheads.
You did say Redheads, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
dude. To be honest, like yeah, I'll probably take out The Last of Us. So
So
God of
Redheads?
War,
Yeah.
Red Dead,
And Redheads.
and then Cyberpunk. Just because you can do more stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's an open world.
I think I'd pick
concept.
Minecraft. That's the for sure number one.
What?
Dude, Minecraft is so great,
I've
bro.
never gotten into that.
It's like, bro, you can do. It's like, okay, so yeah, for sure. Minecraft is such a peaceful, calming game, but
Yeah,
also
yeah.
you can just do whatever you want.
Dude, I'm
in there.
surprised
It's
you
so
haven't
fun.
streamed that.
We should.
You
Let's
should-
build a
no,
world.
even
Let's build a
you
house.
too,
Let's
yeah.
build a house. For sure that one. Second would probably be GTA. If I had to pick right now, it'd be GTA 5.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah,
it'd be
obviously.
6 if 6
is
were
not
out.
yeah.
And then I probably would pick probably 2K.
2K.
Yeah,
2K
I
was
need a little.
fun, bro.
2K's fun. I love playing franchise mode. That's my favorite, bro.
2K is so
Building my super
fun.
team. Did you guys listen to the Morgan Wallen album?
I did.
What do you think about it?
did. I think it's pretty good. I haven't. I've heard 2 or 3 that I really like, but I haven't listened to it enough to really figure out what I think of it. I've listened to a few of the songs, or I've listened to it on shuffle, and there's a few that I've already really liked. But I thought it was good. I think he's getting more in touch with his Christian side.
Yeah, he
This
did
is-
Revelation. That was
He has
pretty
a
good.
he has a song called Genesis,
Genesis, yeah.
also,
Oh,
and then
really?
he
I
came
need to
on an
listen to that.
interview and he said like, anytime he can kind of sprinkle a little bit of Christian in
Yeah.
his music as a
Yeah.
Christian man, he wants to.
That's
Love that.
Is he married?
No, he just got separated from his baby mama.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was wondering
Have
that.
you
I think
listened
he
to
might
it
be
yet?
talking to. He might be talking to. I don't know if it's Lainey Wilson or if it's Megan Maroney. It's one of the two, but there's like some rumors that he's talking.
Oh
to
really?
one of
Same
those two.
country artist?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think
those
it's
guys
Megan
don't
Maroney,
shy away.
actually.
Oh, Morgan. I'd be down to go to his concert, but dude, the tickets are so expensive.
So expensive now. Such a bummer.
No, not yet. I need to though. One of these commute days, definitely have to.
Yeah.
I was actually listening to it on the way here, but I was still listening to Post Malone and him.
Oh yeah. That's a
Okay.
great song.
What's your favorite food? And then what's one genre of food that you would wipe off the face of the earth?
Sushi's my favorite.
Wings.
I would wipe out
Shoot.
food that I just genuinely. I'm a foodie, so it's like I don't know if I would just
I'm thinking.
get rid of food. Maybe a specific niche. The freaking Indian street food in India.
Facts.
Those videos that I see. Like,
Oh my god, bro! Where they're dumping like Monster Energy and then they're
Monster
scrambling an egg.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Bro,
bro!
that
There's
one
no
for
shot that's
sure, bro.
real,
It's
dude.
so hard to watch
Who
them,
the
but I
F
keep
actually
watching
buys
them.
that? I know, right?
Why the hell? Why the hell did you go to that island?
Bro,
But
exactly.
I'd wipe that out just because it's like
Dude, well,
that's like 3 to 4 diseases waiting to happen
Dude,
for real.
just from one Indian street food.
crazy. This is so bad, bro. Actually, this is so bad. But you know how there's a war going on with India and
In
Pakistan?
Pakistan.
Oh yeah.
Like the comments on like any videos, like, man, it's the stinkiest battle ever. Bro, it's so bad, but it's so funny.
Dude, like,
The
I think
stinkiest battle is
the craziest thing is
crazy.
like, dude, how do you know which one is who?
Yo, I have
No,
not seen these
I've
comments.
seen another video of like who was it? It was an Indian
Friendly fire, friendly fire.
no, there was a Indian India had a battleship. And I was looking at the comments like, dude, it's got to stink down to that shit, bro.
No, for sure. Imagine that. Oh
sweat, the
man,
engine,
my
bro.
God,
it's because
bro.
they just use so much spices
So
in their
much
food.
spices,
It
yeah.
comes out of their pores, bro.
Yeah, dude.
It's
Yeah.
like scrub a little harder.
I'm dead.
What about
But-
you, Jay? What are you picking? What's your favorite food, and then what's one food that you just
Dude,
eradicate from
Favorite is wings for sure.
Yeah, you're a
wings and
wing
steak,
guy.
but I'll probably lean more on wings just because.
this world? Over steak?
Dude, I think so. I think it's just
Wings
like,
are
Wow.
good. I
Wings
like
is great. Don't
wings.
get me wrong, but I
I
just
can
don't
eat
use
a
the
lot of it and just be fine.
steak guy.
And I like finger food.
Yeah,
I think
finger
of
food. Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Like go back to your caveman like.
Yeah, facts.
days.
Facts, facts.
Yeah.
Alpha
Food
caveman.
I would eradicate though. Oh my gosh.
Eradicate's a big word for you, dude.
I know, bro. That's a big
I've
word.
never heard you say that word. Eradicate. You just try to slide that one in there. Wow.
What do you call it? I don't know. I think definitely like the Indian food, like street
Indian
food,
street food.
or like those Chinese street food where like they just cook anything they see, like any
Oh,
animal,
yeah.
anything.
Really?
I think that's in my
I've not
head.
seen that. That's not
Bro.
in my FYP.
Low-key,
dude.
low-key, I was gonna pick that one.
Bro, that's it's
Indian?
wild, bro.
What-
Like
what is- oh,
No,
rabbit.
Chinese?
no,
Bro.
it's like Chinese.
Like dude,
Or
like,
like
do you
some,
mean
it's like
they
some
just cook
super
whatever?
Asian. Dude, they like they have
Dog.
like dog, bunny,
bunnies, anything that moves, bro.
Nah.
it's
Bro,
weird, bro.
anything that
Gopher,
moves,
yeah,
bro.
it's crazy, bro.
If Pokemons were real, they'll probably cook Pokemons.
Yeah, turtle,
Bro.
turtle,
Turtles.
No
yeah, dude.
bro,
way.
it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
And what is it flavored? Like
don't
usually
know.
they just make it spicy.
I'm just
I don't
yeah,
know.
exactly.
They think they're just adding spiciness will just cover the.
I'm just
friggin-
saying, dude. I think we should stick with fish, chicken, and pork and beef, bro.
Yeah, that's about it.
No, maybe not
honestly.
pork, bro. I don't know about
A little
pork.
bit of lamb. I like.
Dude,
lamb
we
is
don't
pretty
like
good.
ribs.
I love ribs.
Yeah,
I love
that's it.
ribs. I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
chicharron.
Yeah.
Chicharrones.
Yeah.
But pork is just
But
so
pork
dirty.
is dirty. Pork is dirty.
They
it's
literally
like,
eat
it's like,
themselves
It's
if
like
they
shrimp,
could
bro.
need it
Shrimp are
too.
bottom feeders.
No, I love shrimp.
Shrimp are
shrimp's
literally
good.
bottom feeders,
Shrimp-
bro.
Nah, shrimp. Nah, a little seafood boil.
Oh my.
Oh my
my
god,
gosh,
your little
shrimp is
bottom
so
feeder
good.
boy? That's crazy.
Dude, shrimp is so good.
Dude's a
So
bottom
dude.
feeder boy. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you dip it in some vinegar. Oh!
It's done.
I love me some shrimp, dude.
I just hate, but I don't mess with shrimp. I don't know why. I just ever since my parents told me that they're literally like the bottom. They love shrimp too.
Yeah.
But just I don't know, man. It's just crazy. I would for sure pick chicken parmesan. That's my
Seriously?
number one food. I love Italian, bro. I love me Italian.
Chicken
It's
parm?
fried chicken with cheese and tomato sauce, bro.
I'm not a
Come
big
on now.
cheese guy. I'm not a
Dude,
big
it's so
cheese
good.
guy.
And then I think, yeah, I've been seeing some weird stuff on my algorithm lately with food. And like there's these weird Chinese markets where they like have
They cook everything.
they cook everything, bro. Like I literally saw somebody crack a turtle open.
Nah.
Bro, it's just disgusting. I hate that I even saw it. And they like fried it up and stuff like that, put some onions on. Bro,
What's
it's
that thing that those
disgusting.
Chinese people do in their mukbangs where they eat the thing that looks like a dick? It's like coming out of a
Yeah,
shell,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and
Like
they
those
dip it in the
ones, yeah.
spicy sauce.
Oh, hell
Take
no.
a giant bite and like
Yeah.
water comes out.
Yeah, yeah. No,
That's
I'm
it,
good,
right?
bro.
Like
What
that,
the
like,
hell?
I'm telling you, bro.
You see, you
that's
like
it.
that?
No.
What do you say?
Oh, I said like that.
Oh, like that?
I'm
Okay, I was like, bro, you like that? Yo.
Yo.
Yo, Diddy.
Okay.
Dude, have you heard all the Diddy stories?
Oh
Bro.
my.
But Cassie just dropped like a whole new, like,
Dude, she's an idiot. She is.
crazy.
She got caught. Dude, her husband didn't even know half this information.
wild, bro.
Bro, she like getting urinated on.
She
Dude,
likes
those
it.
stories were
Yes.
just
And she
crazy.
she was choosing the male escorts. And dude, while she was dating her husband now, she was cheating with Diddy. And she would text him saying, I miss our freak offs.
Bro.
And then, dude, apparently one time she FaceTimed her boyfriend while she
Yes,
was with
dude.
Diddy. Like hooking up.
Bro, just crazy.
Like the diddler is weird too. Obviously, yeah, the diddler is weird.
Dude, what
but
a-
Cassie, she's not innocent.
Cassie's not innocent by any means, bro. The fact that she was in on all of in those stories.
The fact that she was free from him and then she
Yeah.
was going back to him and wanting
right,
more freak offs.
bro.
But, dude,
Is she
did
a
you-
snitch now for him against him?
well, they're suing him.
They're
but
suing
apparently,
him.
so Diddy would be watching, and then the male escort, would finish. This is so graphic.
Dude, it's so gross.
On
And
Cassie,
yeah.
and then Cassie
Would take it.
Would take it to Diddy and massage him.
and
with it.
rub his chest with it.
Where do you hear this stuff?
She literally said it.
Oh, what?
She said all.
It was on trial. Or sometimes Diddy would be there just watching.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my god, bro, dude, this is crazy.
that's crazy.
So crazy.
I can't believe there's a clip of LeBron saying, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party."
Freaking LeBron, dude. That's your guys' king. Come on now.
Freaking LeBron, dude.
Oh man.
I can't.
Yeah, dude. The things coming out of that is disgusting,
Dude,
bro.
it's crazy, bro. It's crazy that we live in a time like this. Like it's low-key kind of
But if you think about
entertaining.
it, this isn't happening in like the Roman era,
Yeah.
It was probably worse back then.
Yeah.
Sexual sin has been going on for a while.
Yeah,
Like,
it's probably worse back then.
that's
dude,
crazy
wild.
though, bro. But yeah,
You guys think Ye's gonna be all right?
I hope so. Did you guys see him come out?
Yeah.
Did you hear about what happened to Ye? He's basically came out and said that when he was younger, he would look at like magazines, like
Yeah.
corn magazines.
Yeah.
But then he said the ones that his mom had on his dresser were different. They were guys. You catching the drift I'm saying? And so him and his cousin would see it and they would emulate. That's a big
Whatever
word
they
too.
saw.
Whatever they saw.
Yeah.
And so he started hooking up with his guy cousin, Kanye West.
Dude, it's crazy.
And he said
bro.
the last time he sucked his cousins was 14 years old. He was 14 years old.
He literally wrote a song about it called Cousins.
Isn't that wild?
Bro, I almost played it on stream. So that's just a joke.
Cousins?
Yeah.
Well, I guess people were saying plays in the
Yeah.
song.
Well, people put because they can put commands, like play this new song. Someone played it, and I was like, no. People were like, no, 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 no. I was like, oh shoot,
Bro, that is sad,
Dude,
bro.
I hope Kanye's gonna be all right, man. I just
I feel like that's freeing though for him to
yeah,
be.
yeah.
able to get it out.
Yeah, get that
off
out.
Get off his chest.
I feel like
for
maybe
sure.
that's why he was like crashing out so hard.
Yeah, dude, I feel for the dude.
Poor Ye, dude.
Gotta pray
Poor
for Ye.
Ye. Makes such great music.
Dude, I know, such a great producer. Still goated in my opinion. I don't care what you
the
say.
goat of music.
Goat.
But yeah,
Oh man, dude,
episode 2.
good episode.
Good
Fun.
yap, guys.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys took a little bit from what we were saying as advice, and hopefully you guys didn't get offended
Yeah.
Yeah, or grossed out at the end.
or grossed out.
Between the weird food and the Diddy
the
stories.
Diddy and Ye stories.
What else we talked? Like, yeah, we pretty much covered it, right?
Yeah, I think we covered everything.
Zombie,
Yeah, I think what will be
relationship.
fun. What I really enjoyed was going live before we shoot our pod.
Oh yeah, we should do
So
that.
guys, if you're watching this episode, we'll let you know before we're gonna shoot the next one. Hop on either mine or
Yeah.
EJ's live,
And then
just
Miggy
hang
too.
out with us or Miggy's guys.
In the future.
And
in the future.
you guys can help give us some topics that we can talk about and all that type of stuff.
Yeah,
Whatever you might be
yeah, yeah.
interested or want advice or whatever.
It's a good episode though. Great
Fun.
episode.
Yeah, it's a good day, good fun,
Good yap sesh.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button.
Appreciate y'all.
We'll see y'all
Let's
later.
go.
Yup.
Deuces.
Why do you do